Ulster shame starmer. Good afternoon, I hope everyone's well today. Thank you for watching. There has been a loss of outrage, rightly so, after the attempted decapitation of a white British guy by a Sudanese migrant in Northern Ireland earlier this week. As I previously mentioned, this was in a nationalist side, nationalist side who want to reunite with the south of Ireland, but that's by the by. The communities in Northern Ireland have united to say this cannot stand, this cannot continue. And they are calling on the Irish and the British government to actually do something about this outrage. In the past 10 years, over 200,000 illegal migrants have come into the United Kingdom and have been fed by us, watered by us, and live and accommodation provided by us. And this is how they repay their host nation, by attacking us, attacking our women, attacking our children, and trying to stab us to death in the street and actually mutilate us as well. This is what we need to discuss, and this is what's being brought up in Parliament. And then you get some parliamentarians, like Hilary Benn, who are not too happy with the language when we call them third world savages or importing alien cultures. They actually checked a Northern Irish MP earlier this week, Hilary Benn, saying, I don't like the language alien culture. We don't like violence wherever it comes from. It's not an alien culture is the implication. I don't know how many white British people go around trying to behead people. I don't see that. I don't see that from the white indigenous population of Britain. It is an imported culture. We need to call it out, which is what I'm going to continue to do on this channel. Now, in terms of the common travel area with the Republic of Ireland, this was a product of the past. It's been in place for over 100 years since Southern Ireland decided to leave the UK. When we acted in lockstep with each other, such as in the 1970s when we joined the EEC, and the Republic of Ireland did as well, it's not so much of an issue because we're moving in lockstep. When we're not moving in lockstep, it becomes contentious. Look at the Northern Ireland Protocol, the Windsor Framework, the backstop, the border in the Irish Sea, whatever name you want to call it. Then you look at the flight plan of this man. We'll call him a man, we'll be generous. That came from the third world. He came from Paris, got a plane to Dublin, and then came over to Northern Ireland via a bus. He was given leave to remain for 5 years by Tory MPs Suella Braverman and Robert Jenrick when they were in charge of immigration in the Home Office in 2023. Why? What I want to know about this migrant is, was he given asylum in France? Was he a dual national with Sudan and France? If they refused this asylum claim, why was that? These are questions that I want answered. I've said this for some time. If a migrant has been given a refusal for asylum in a civilized Western country, whether that's Australia, Canada, America, Italy, Spain, France, what have you, that's good enough for me. They shouldn't be given any accommodation for asylum in Britain. We shouldn't be entertaining the claim if they've already been refused from a comparable nation. These are just my thoughts. Your mileage, as always, may vary. But the lefties, the liberal lovies, they always love to say they want more convergence, they want more parity with our European neighbours. Let's give it to them. If these dinghy divers, if these asylum seekers have already been refused from a safe third country like Spain or France, that's good enough for me. So that's the first issue I've got with this flight plan when you look at where this guy's come from. Has he been granted asylum in Paris? Was it refused? Was it refused in Dublin? And now he's trying his luck in Britain. If that's the case, then we should be blanket refusing all of these dinghy divers these chances. And the risk is too great. You may refuse a few people that may be decent, however, the risk is too great. I'm going to play a clip now from the MP from Northern Ireland, Jim Alister. I'm going to play this clip now and let me know if anything that he says is wrong or you completely agree.
Figure all that last night's dreadful violence did was terrorise the innocent, self-inflict harm on their own communities, and distract from the awfulness of the North Belfast attack, and indeed distract from the many peaceful protests that there were in my constituency and elsewhere. And on all these issues, the law must take its full course against all illegality wheresoever it came from. But the deadly impact of the continuing open border with the Republic of Ireland for illegal migrants still stands. This government presides over a situation where it is illegal to bring into Northern Ireland a garden plant from Great Britain. But yet we have an open border from the Irish Republic where gentlemen like this Sudanese man can come unhindered, an illegal immigrant, into the United Kingdom.
This is the issue. Whenever one of these third worlders comes into Britain or the broader United Kingdom, they only have to set 1 foot on British soil, shout asylum, and we're obliged for some reason to accommodate that request. Now, you should be arrested on sight and deported back to where you came from or a third country. That should be the rule. That should be exactly what's happening. That's not the case at the moment, as Jim rightly says, Jim Alister. You can't bring certain things over from the mainland over to Ulster because of the border in the Irish Sea. This is unacceptable.
Does the Minister not see the problem?
Well, I certainly agree with the Honourable Gentleman's framing of this question, and also the point that he actually made about peaceful protest. I know he will understand that my remarks referred only to those engaging in criminal disorder. I've heard the points that he's made about what he describes as an open border. He will have heard the comments that I've made previously, including the point about the very close cooperation that takes place between the Irish police, PSNI and other police services to ensure that there is the most joined up and effective response. But I accept the challenge that he makes, and I accept that this is something that the government is and will need to continue to look at.
No, that's not good enough. That's not good enough. Not nearly good enough in my particular view. We're going to end this here. The recent poll I put out on my channel, most people agree with me that the common travel area with the Republic of Ireland, which is an effective open border, is unacceptable. This needs to be looked at. Is the common travel area between the United Kingdom and ERA fit for purpose in 2026? 90% say no, 10% say yes. This is the bone of contention. Now, when we get an actual right of centre government and we have a harsh and strong migration policy, this should concentrate minds in the Republic of Ireland, especially because of the common travel area currently. What happens to us impacts the south, and what impacts the north and the United Kingdom. We're all connected. It's a symbiotic relationship. You need to appreciate that. If we have a strong border policy and we enforce our border, then it becomes a bone of contention, because while we've got the open border with the south of Ireland, what actually happens is any illegal migrants can come over, and that needs to end. It's a backdoor into the United Kingdom, and it's not sustainable moving forward unless the Republic of Ireland get in line with the reality of the situation and appreciate that things need to change. Now, these are just my opinions. As always, your mileage may vary. Comment, like, and subscribe. Do all of that great stuff. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.